Welcome, honored guests. My name is Wednesday Addams.
I hosted E.T. coming to the set, and I was willing to do it in character at that point, which I wouldn't be caught dead doing now. I think I talk about Wednesday at least once a day with people. Charlize has fake teeth in, all this stuff. In fact, her teeth used to come out when I would kiss her. Oh, it makes me want to cry just watching it. Hi, I'm Christina Ricci, and this is my E.T. retrospective.
Hi, Christina.
Okay, so it's the premiere of Mermaids.
Have you ever been to a premiere before?
No.
Are you nervous tonight?
Well, not really.
No, not nervous. When you don't know the stakes, it's very easy to not be nervous.
I've heard a theory that mermaids are sirens that attract men, and then when they get them, they don't know what to do with them, so.
But I didn't even have my hair done. Like, no one had done my bangs. They were just like, wash and go. This is the final scene where we all danced to this song. I had a lot of fun. Cher was just so much fun, and all three of us, Winona was so much fun too. We had such a good time together. I really went for it, as you can tell. When I was auditioning for Mermaids, my mother did a whole movie retrospective for Cher for me, and we watched all of Cher's movies so that I would know who she was when I went to meet her.
I got to do a lot of stuff that normally I wouldn't get to do.
This is the premiere of the first Addams Family, I believe.
I killed my little brother, and I played with poisons and stuff, and that was pretty fun.
Yeah, I had a really good time playing with some poison.
Welcome, honored guests. My name is Wednesday Addams.
I hosted E.T. coming to the set, and I was willing to do it in character at that point, which I wouldn't be caught dead doing now.
This is where I keep my axe. Pugsley. What?
I think I'm 12 here. I'm always surprised when things are successful and people love them. Like, genuinely, like.
Don't be a baby. I know what I'm doing.
We shot on the Paramount lot for the second one, and I think we shot for 9 months. And it was just so fun, and we used to steal golf carts. We'd steal golf carts and run around, and we visited all these different sets, and I used to see the Star Trek Next Gen people all the time, which as an adult, I'm a big Star Trek Next Gen fan, so now it's, in retrospect, very cool. That is Casper. Here I am, an angry teenager. My nose was swollen with hormones. I had zits.
Hi? Man!
And there's Devin. He was very nice. He was very nice. I did not enjoy having to kiss someone in front of adults and my mother. Whatever.
A lot of times for young actors, their first kiss is on camera. Was that kind of how your experience? Okay. So
No. I had a banging private and personal life. So it was cool.
Is it hard being young and kind of growing up on camera?
I don't think so. I mean, there's nothing really hard about it.
It's full of so much attitude. What are you talking about, lady? I'm fine.
I'm having fun.
I had a really hard time doing press at that age. I was a teenager. I didn't feel comfortable in my own skin. I didn't know why all these adults were asking me questions that they should know the answer to, Right. So I was just I felt like a real fraud. I had never considered the fact that being in movies might make me famous. And so then when that happened, I was like, oh, wait, what's this? What's this aspect?
I'm a ghost. Yes, I admit it, but I'm a friendly ghost.
Freddie, my 10-year-old, has seen Casper. I showed it to him way too young, like when he was 3 or 4, and he loved it. And I thought, okay, great, loves it, it's so good, it's great, amazing. And then I was driving him to preschool one day, and he said to me, oh yeah, I was telling my teachers about your childhood. And I was like, what do you mean? That I was an actress? And he was like, no, that you lived in that house with your dad and all those ghosts. And I was just like, okay, so you were too young for that.
Christina was actually a year younger than Freddie when she booked her first gig. So when it comes to him possibly following in Mama's footsteps,
I think that he would be a great actor. I've always said that he has to be 18 first. But now I don't really worry about it so much because I feel like these younger generations are more used to a lot of attention because they're used to social media and they're used to the internet and YouTube and all this stuff. I think he'd handle it probably better than I did. But really the main problem now is who's gonna take him? I have to work. I cannot go to set with him.
Not 3 times on this ceiling if you want me.
Well, this is Now and Then, which was super fun. Like, me and Gabby became best friends and just hung out all the time. We were all staying in this motel in Georgia. We did lots of bicycle riding. I was really into it. And then I was the only one apparently who could carry a tune, so you can hear my vocals more than anyone else's, just so you know.
All right, focus everybody, I'm getting you in trouble.
I was a huge fan of Demi Moore's prior to doing the movie, and just was like so excited to be there and meet her.
The film also reunited Christina with her Casper co-star, Devon Sawa.
But I was sort of like annoyed because he was like a dude I'd kissed on another show, and I was like, meh. And I was like all weird about boys at that point. I used to tell everyone I was asexual so that I would be left alone. And so I feel like I had a little bit of an attitude.
Did you tell Sandy?
Tell Sandy what?
Oh yeah, Ice Storm. But I do remember Ang Lee coming in and giving one note to Elijah, which was less biting action. And I was very, I just remember the whole thing being like mortifying for both of us. You know, I was excited to work with Elijah. He was such a good actor. He was wonderful and very sweet, and, you know, ignored what a messy teenager I was.
We have a lot to talk about. A lot of reasons why you're going back with me to Indiana.
I'm not going back. Oh yeah, the opposite sex. I loved making this movie.
Look, Matt doesn't want to get legal, but you two are kind of man and wife. So I figure he deserves half of what you have.
Are you serious?
And I loved working with Lisa. I was such a huge Friends fan, but when I told her that, she thought I have such a sort of deadpan delivery that she thought I was making fun of her. And I was like, no. And Don had to be like, no. She really loves Friends. She's not being sarcastic. I was sort of like an angry kid, and definitely at this age, and I always have had a bit of an off-color sense of humor. And this was the first time I was in an environment where someone like Don Roos was like, that's hilarious. Like, I was constantly given a lot of positive reinforcement for who I was.
I'm gonna go any place I want to, okay? Anytime I want.
Not in my friend's car, you're not.
Fine.
Monster was a really great opportunity for me, and I was so excited to be in it.
Done rehearsals with her and everything, and she's Charlize, so she's gorgeous and just like lovely.
Why do I always sound stoned? I was not stoned.
And then I saw her with all her makeup on, and I was like, oh my God. Right now, like, this woman is frightening looking.
What? What you got? Huh? You wanna bring it on?
She was so great to work with. Charlize and I, we got along so well. We would literally, because the subject matter was so dark, we would literally giggle. And Patty Jenkins, who directed it, just like ultimately knew that what she called action, we would stop. Right. But she knew that we just had to giggle and laugh, and we had these sex scenes together. And she'd be like, do me a favor, cover my boob. And I'd be like, gotcha, you know. And we had a really great relationship. But I was always sort of like bolstered by the fact that she was just having the best time eating Krispy Kreme and drinking beer to try to get fat, and like just letting it all hang out. And I sort of, when you see somebody else so comfortable, you're like, yeah, get with it. Like, what's your problem, you know?
Over 3 decades, Christina has racked up nearly 100 acting credits. She starred alongside Hollywood's A-list, including Reese Witherspoon in Penelope, Keanu Reeves in The Matrix Resurrections, Johnny Depp in Sleepy Hollow, and Margot Robbie in Pan Am.
So how new are you, Laura?
Is it that obvious?
She's always been the most amazing person, and we had some like really hilarious experiences as roommates, which I can't get into now, but they were just so funny. So I've always loved seeing her be successful because she is genuinely like a real, kind, hardworking person, and so beautiful. I remember, I feel like I asked her to be my roommate because I was like, that girl's so pretty. She just has to live in my apartment.
Drop the knife!
And here I am as Misty in Yellowjackets, and I'm about to accidentally murder my best friend, which is very, very sad.
Lisa, move!
Misty! We don't really know anything until like a week or two before we shoot, and I do love Juliette so much, and like we had such an incredible relationship. Like, she's such a real human being, and so we were like the whole cast, like sisters. We fought, We spent hours together laughing and giggling. It's like a real relationship built on experience. So I was sad that she was leaving, but I didn't feel like anybody was mad at me that I was the one that killed her.
Season 3 of the drama, now streaming on Paramount Plus with Showtime, promises a high body count. As for Misty, she's reevaluating everything.
She's kind of in denial at first, can't feel anything. And, you know, it shakes up her sense of self and her view of the group. And it starts to sort of really make her think about, you know, are these people really her friends? The one thing that's fun about this season is they wrote in that Misty goes and finds Natalie's leather jacket. And I've had this Coach jacket for 14 years or something, and so I was able to wear it the entire season.
What does it feel like going through 35 so years of your career right before your eyes with E.T.? What did that feel like?
Well, it was fun to see the older interviews. It's always just weird to see how you come off in an interview, and it's funny to see the change and the growth, and it's just bizarre.
Hi.